On this spot, on April 27, 2009, locals first experienced a weather pattern localized specifically to 5th Street, producing dense clouds of violet fog, seemingly populated with aggressive squid-like entities. This fog is occasionally accompanied by calming, oceanic flute music, which has reportedly compelled some listeners to disrobe and venture out into the mist, never to be seen again.
April 27, 2009. Initial incident report.
On April 27, 2009, at approximately 23:32 p.m., a localized weather anomaly blanketed East 5th Street in an intense violet fog. This phenomenon, noted for its striking density and unearthly hue, was confined entirely to the street and its immediate vicinity. Witness accounts and later investigations described the fog as having an unnatural quality, its movements pulsing with a rhythm that seemed deliberate rather than random. Embedded within the mist were reports of entities, described in various ways but consistently likened to squid-like forms. These creatures were said to move with both grace and aggression, though direct interaction has only been reported anecdotally. The fog carried a sound, a haunting, oceanic melody resembling flutes or whale songs, described by witnesses as deeply calming. However, the music's influence appeared insidious. Multiple individuals reportedly disrobed and walked willingly into the mist, ignoring attempts to stop them.
None of these individuals have been seen again.
Witness reports.
I seen him go in it. I wouldn't. I know better. I might not be a homeless, crack-smoking maniac or some dope-smoking anarchist, but my mama still raised me with some Jesus, and I ain't going into that bottomless pit. Not with my head held high, and sure as hell not naked like them others went. I seen them. They hear that music, and they're like hippies on acid, stripping down and running off to dance, and you know what they get up to out there. But it ain't no party waiting for them. It ain't no Woodstock. That fog is death. What goes into it don't never come out. You ever heard like flutes, like that fancy orchestra music? You gotta imagine that, but deeper, way deeper, like whale songs at the bottom of the ocean, cutting through all that dense, dark water, and it makes you feel so sleepy, a little like when you were inside your mama, listening to her heartbeat. You hear that, and you just want to fall into it forever. But I don't. I heard it, seen it, and I never went in. I might not know much, but I know the face of our Lord Christ, and that ain't it. That's the other one. You know what I mean? They teach you about him in Sunday school, and after a time, you start to think he ain't real. He's just a metaphor or a fable. But he's out there, waiting. And that fog, that's his breath, daring you to step into his mouth. I seen the other folks go. They went willingly, happily, but I won't go.
Other witnesses corroborated hearing the music and seeing the fog's strange shapes, but refrained from entering the mist, with many reported experiencing unease and paranoia after prolonged observation.
Residual effects.
The fog dissipated approximately 43 minutes after its appearance, leaving behind an iridescent cubic residue clinging to the street and surrounding buildings. These cubes ranged in size from approximately 5 to 18 centimeters and were found to be oily to the touch and shifting in color, defying chemical analysis. Since 2009, the fog has returned sporadically, always confined to East 5th Street. Its appearances are unpredictable, but are consistently marked by the same violet density, haunting flute-like music, and the presence of strange, undulating shapes within. Despite the intervals between its manifestations, the pattern remains consistent. Those who enter the fog are never seen again. The unearthly phenomenon has become both a local legend and a lingering source of dread, its presence a constant reminder that some mysteries and mists are better left unexplored.
Personal notes. We've seen colored cubes before. Psychoactive, psychotropic cubes. Arcane geometrics, shapes with their own agendas, suggestions of eldritch isometrics and non-Euclidean architects. The 5 fingers of a 3-dimensional hand becomes 5 unconnected circles on a 2-dimensional plane. I think we're seeing something manifest that's larger than our whole reality. I used to think the fog might be a living thing, consuming those who went out into it. Now, I keep thinking about that movie where the cartoon characters and the real people were interacting. What would that actually look like? Something from that flat world reaching out into this one. What would it look like to them when we invaded their spaces?